Where is God? That is an interesting question. The weird thing is, and the bizarre thing is, if you think that God can be found inside a book. Why is that strange? Well, when you take it into thought, if God is omnipresent and omnipotent and omniscient, it does not make sense that you can get a clear idea of God if you try to encapsulate him inside a book. That is one of the problems of orthodoxy, is that you find that religious people of different kinds think that they can and are capable of trapping God inside their religious traditions and scriptures. God is not like in Disney's Aladdin, where it's a genie in the bottle and you can trap it. Though a lot of people think that, and that is very blasphemous. It's very blasphemous when you think about it, that people think that they can trap and sort of take God hostage inside their own traditions and their own faith and scripture. So most and everyone, all religious people and traditions and different kinds of positions on the issue of the existential questions about God and such should communicate with each other to get a clearer idea of what it is all about. And in order to do that, one also has to seek out not just the creator, but also look and study the creation, because you can find out a lot of things about God as a creator if you also study the creation. Because when God thought about the various things that made our universe, and there's a reason he made things spherical. That's a very interesting topic, and that is spherical. A lot of things in the universe are spherical. It's very hard to say what that says about God, but it's something to keep in mind. Why is God so interested in spheres? Why spheres? Well, when you think about the sphere, it has a lot of very beautiful poetic connotations. Sphere is, it's very, complete. It tries as best that it can to spread out in all directions. That is something that is characteristic of a sphere. A square and a triangle, they are cornered, so they have these walls inside of them where they do not spread out, and you kind of hit the wall, so to speak. That's something that is not characteristic of a sphere, and there's philosophical things connected to this, and it says something that God wanted to create a universe that is spherical. The sphere is all over the place. Planets, suns, probably the cosmos, atoms, electrons, protons, and spheres all over the place. That's something that it is very interesting. And my point, which I made in the earlier part of this video, is that religions also should take a spherical position. And we are seeing the spherical position being realized by humans now. We are seeing it in a growing concern for our planet. Something everyone, regardless of their position on Earth, has to take seriously. So we cannot pretend that the Earth is a triangle or a square where you have, the one part there that is completely sectioned off from the other parts, and one part there and one part there, and they are not connected, because they are. It's very interesting to see the history of the philosophy, of the geometrical philosophy, so to speak, considering that in the beginning people thought that the Earth was flat. While that says a lot about how they thought it's very arrogant to think that the world is flat, because it's if the world is flat, then you, so to speak, are the center. There is no other side. And when these cultures did see the other sides, it became a square kind of way of thinking about things. And the sad thing is that religion suffers far much from the rectangular way of viewing things. Religions should progress towards the spherical. And we are seeing religions taking that step, though it should be far more ambitious to give the spherical side and go to meet its true purpose.